and unexpectedly it brings back vivid memories. Some happy, some sad, and time makes no difference. I danced to this song 65 years ago, and it's like yesterday again when I hear it. Oh, I know it's hard to picture me as a pretty young teenager with all the world ahead of me, but listen to my story and song. It's called the Blue Skirt Waltz. It was the summer of 1949. My two sisters and I were teenagers, and we worked on a floating cannery barge, and we traveled the Alaska waters up and down the Shelikof Straits and Kodiak. It was so exciting. One weekend in July, we tied up to the dock of a remote fishing village called Chignik Lagoon, located far out the Alaska Peninsula. In the evening, the villagers and cannery workers held a big dance in the warehouse. Filipino workers played music on the old wash tub with strings, and they had the accordions. We looked the boys over. 4 of them had red curly hair and blue eyes. Their father, a Swedish fisherman, had settled there long ago when the commercial salmon canning industry began. One of those red-haired boys asked me to dance. I remember his name was Arthur. We danced and laughed and talked of so many things. I was smitten, as I usually was at that age, at least once a month. Later that night, a villager walked up to us. They lost their legs, 3 of the brothers, just below the knees, frozen black. How did it happen, I asked. It was winter, and the captain was bringing their sister, his bride-to-be, and her family to Kodiak for their wedding. The father and 1 son had stayed behind to take care of things. They were running the 250 miles up Shelikof Straits when the boat ran aground at Cape Kanatak in a violent storm. Shelikof was known for its severe weather and the vicious strong currents and high tides. They were stranded and freezing on the beach for 5 days. The brothers wrapped their sister and mother in their jeans and jackets to keep them warm. Then they covered the women with a canvas and held it down with their legs, exposing them to the cold. Eventually, they were rescued by a passing boat, taken to the hospital in Kodiak. Because I was young and naive, I didn't know what to say to Arthur, and we left soon after. I never saw him again. I think of him now and then, and I remember how he danced that night and how he twirled me around to the Blue Skirt Waltz. And then I played this music for a minute. I didn't know if you any knew the words. They softly stole away. I dream of that night with you, lady, when first we met. We danced in a twirl of blue. How can my heart forget?